transport simulator games continue to evolve with larger maps, deeper logistic systems, and more realistic vehicles. Developers are building systems where players plan routes, operate vehicles, and manage growing transport networks across detailed environments. Let's get into it. Transport Fever 3 is a transport management simulation where players build and operate networks that move passengers and cargo across land, sea, and air. Players plan railways, roads, shipping routes, and air connections while managing costs, vehicle fleets, and infrastructure upgrades. Cities and industries create transport demand that changes over time, requiring constant route adjustments and traffic management. The game includes dynamic towns, weather systems, different climate regions, historical missions, adjustable difficulty settings, and tools such as a map editor and mod support for creating custom transport systems. Derail Valley is a train simulation where players operate locomotives across a large railway network while delivering cargo between industries and towns. Players manually control trains, manage switches, couple wagons, and handle procedures such as braking, servicing, and shunting. Jobs generate income that allows the purchase of new licenses, vehicles, and equipment while managing fuel and repair costs. The game includes multiple locomotive types with realistic physics, dynamic weather and day-night cycles, a large open rail map, sandbox play, and support for both PC and VR operation. Junxions is a traffic engineering simulation where players design and manage complex transportation networks inside busy urban areas. Players build roads, rail lines, pedestrian paths, bike lanes, and transit routes while controlling intersections, traffic lights, lane rules, and right-of-way systems. The simulation tracks vehicle movement, pedestrian activity, and traffic flow, requiring careful planning to prevent congestion and maintain efficient travel speeds. The game includes challenge maps with specific traffic problems, sandbox building tools, real location imports, decorative infrastructure elements, and mod support for custom maps and assets.
Your office is ready. This will be the heart of your corporation. Lay tracks, marshal locomotives,
Railroad Corporation 2 is a railway management simulation set during the early electrification era of rail transport. Players build and operate a railroad company by laying tracks, deploying electric and diesel locomotives, and transporting goods and passengers between cities and industries. The gameplay includes managing traffic through semaphores, constructing bridges and tunnels, researching technologies, and expanding infrastructure. Players also oversee finances, hire staff, develop corporate departments, influence regulations through lobbying, and grow cities by supporting industry and essential services across a developing rail network.
Loans, bonds, and market trades will shape your fortune as surely as steel and timber. And with the right staff, you'll open doors no rival can close. Expand your business and crush the competition. Whether alone or alongside partners, the rails ahead are yours to command.
Road Kings is a truck driving simulation where players operate heavy semi-trucks while transporting cargo across routes in the American South. The gameplay involves managing deliveries, selecting trailers, planning routes, and maintaining vehicle performance such as brakes, tires, weight balance, and fuel use. Players build reputation through successful jobs, handle hazards like harsh weather and difficult roads, and progress from hired driver to independent owner-operator. The game also includes business management, rival drivers, supply deliveries during emergencies, and asynchronous multiplayer company competition.
Bad news, Deacon. Storm's almost on top of you.
I got eyes on it.
You can still turn around, you know.
Pineview won't hold out. XDC Logistics.
They said you were coming. But take care now, you hear?
Let's get it done.
Railroader is a railway operations simulation set in a mountainous region where players manage trains that transport freight and passengers between towns and industries. The gameplay involves driving steam and diesel locomotives, switching rail cars at yards, delivering cargo to customers, and maintaining scheduled passenger services. Players expand rail lines, purchase locomotives and rolling stock, and manage contracts with local businesses. The system also includes signaling controls, dispatcher management, AI engineers that assist operations, cooperative multiplayer sessions, and customizable trains and rail equipment. BeamNG.drive is a vehicle simulation built around a soft-body physics system that models every part of a vehicle in real time. Cars, trucks, and other vehicles react to speed, weight, suspension movement, and collisions with detailed structural deformation. Players can drive across large environments, test vehicles on different terrains, complete driving scenarios, or run time trials. The game also includes extensive vehicle customization, a world editor for building maps and scenarios, and mod support that adds new vehicles, environments, and gameplay situations. Thomas & Friends Wonders of Sodor is a train simulation where players drive familiar engines from the Northwestern Railway across the island of Sodor. Players control characters such as Thomas, Percy, Gordon, Emily, and Diesel while completing passenger and freight tasks on different rail routes. The gameplay includes story scenarios based on classic and original tales, timetable driving across daily railway operations, shunting minigames, and a free roam mode for operating trains around the island while visiting well-known locations and collecting hidden items. Truck World Australia is a truck driving simulation where players transport cargo across long routes that include highways, dirt tracks, and remote terrain. Players operate heavy trucks while managing cargo weight, trailer connections, and vehicle handling during deliveries. The gameplay allows drivers to leave the cab to secure hitches, inspect loads, and refuel trucks manually. The system includes different trailer types, dynamic weather, day and night cycles, road events, traffic systems, police regulations, truck upgrades, and cooperative multiplayer deliveries. Back in service, a Metro Driver is a metro train simulation where players operate underground trains along scheduled passenger routes. Players control historic metro trains from the driver's cabin while managing speed, station stops, and timetable accuracy to avoid delays. The gameplay includes transporting passengers between stations, exploring underground tunnels, and completing tasks around the railway system. Players can earn money for successful routes and spend it on items, while different difficulty levels adjust schedules and operational challenges during metro service.
Příští stanice Strašnická.
Wreckfest 2 is a racing game built around full contact competition, where vehicles collide, crash, and break apart during intense races and demolition events. The gameplay includes circuit races, obstacle courses, and derby arenas, where drivers attempt to damage opponents while keeping their own vehicles operational. A physics system models vehicle handling, collisions, and component damage in detail. Players can customize cars, compete against AI or online opponents, and take part in different modes, including racing, derby matches, challenges, and sandbox testing areas. Frostliner is a survival strategy game where players manage a moving city built on a massive train traveling across a frozen wasteland. Players gather survivors, construct new train carriages, and place facilities that produce resources, support research, and maintain heat for the population. Progress depends on scavenging fuel and supplies during stops while managing limited power before extreme cold spreads. The system also includes defensive weapons against threats on the rails, strategic carriage placement with adjacency bonuses, and a narrative-driven campaign across a frozen landscape. Train Station Project is a management simulation where players operate and develop a railway station while handling daily services for passengers. Players renovate station buildings by cleaning areas, repairing equipment, painting interiors, and upgrading facilities to attract more visitors. The gameplay includes selling tickets, managing mail services, operating shops and vending machines, and expanding station businesses. Players also hire and manage staff, organize warehouse supplies, and complete additional tasks such as cleaning train cars to earn income and unlock new responsibilities. Assetto Corsa EVO is a driving simulation that models vehicle handling, aerodynamics, tire behavior, and mechanical systems with detailed physics. Players drive cars from multiple automotive eras, including road cars, racing machines, and performance vehicles across laser-scanned racing circuits. The simulation includes dynamic track conditions that affect grip, weather interaction with asphalt, and advanced drivetrain and suspension behavior. Players can take part in single-player driving sessions, structured online races, special events, and vehicle tuning while using VR and multi-screen setups. Times of Progress is a city-building strategy game set during the Industrial Revolution where players develop towns into growing industrial centers. Players construct industries to extract natural resources, produce goods, and supply the population with food, services, and consumer products. The gameplay includes building roads, railways, and harbors to transport materials between production sites and settlements. Cities expand as population needs change, requiring careful resource management, workforce planning, and trade with nearby cities on procedurally generated maps. Century of Steam is a railroad simulation where players build rail routes across large landscapes and operate historic steam locomotives while managing freight and regional logistics. Players construct rail infrastructure by cutting terrain, building bridges, and digging tunnels to connect industries and towns. The gameplay includes operating locomotives with detailed steam and firing systems, maintaining rolling stock, and transporting goods across changing regional economies. Multiplayer cooperation allows players to run trains together, coordinate operations, and manage railway networks across North American environments.